for $1. I'm going to get $1 out of my bag. This is for $1. Does anybody know, or can you name at least 3 places that you cannot park when you come to right about now? People who don't come every week. Somebody said nowhere. Don't play us, bitch. We got valet. That's your fault. Can anyone name at least 3 places? Okay, next door. What is right in front, sugar? What that mean? Right in front of here on the street? You right. You cannot park your ass on the street. You is exactly right. You cannot. That is illegal. I think any establishment, you cannot park on that exact main road of West Summer. You are correct, Sugarfoot. What else? Give me another one. By the fire hydrant. You cannot block a fire hydrant. You are correct. That's everywhere though. But it's illegal everywhere because you know when a fireman come, they need the hydrants. That's okay, sugar. Come get $1. I don't know.
Good work, good work. Get that McDouble.
All right. So listen, for those of you who don't come here on a regular, or you got your shit told before you salty, or you probably gonna get your shit told tonight because you don't listen. But you cannot park in this parking lot right here. You can park right here in this parking lot, right? Because it's valet. But you cannot park in the other parking lot next to it. You know what I'm saying? That's private property, private property. Also, if you park somewhere all up in there or whatever, you gotta read the signs and shit. I cannot help you read. You have to do it on your own. And if you think that you're invincible or somebody ain't gonna fuck with your shit, whatever, like they will, they'll tell your shit, they don't care what you're driving. They will take your shit and we are not responsible for it. So, please have a good night. Also check if you did park in any of those places, go move your shit now. Or, like, let it ruin your night. Alright, so, we're gonna give everybody a whole lot of love. We have a closed list tonight, just so you know, it's a closed list. So if you showed up to hear yourself, you're not gonna read tonight, Sugarfoot. You're not gonna read tonight. Next week, it's ladies' night, okay? Okay. If the weather good, these bitches will show up. Anyway, so next week is ladies' night. If you are a woman or you identify as a woman, you are more than welcome to get on that mic as well. I want to encourage more women voices. We need you. Please. Even if you just got like a one line, that bitch better be swollen. You sit it up here, you get up here and say your one line, we gonna clap for your ass, I swear for God. Anywho, we have t-shirts. If you're interested in t-shirts or like the ones with like the cutoff, what this thing called when they have like tank tops. I was gonna call them something else. Anyway, y'all know what I was gonna say. It was not gonna be appropriate. But yeah, they tank tops is what they is. All of them is $20. If you're interested in that, get at that. I might buy somebody one tonight. You never know. Okay, we in a giving mood. It's almost Christmas, but it's the anniversary. Anywho, all right, so go ahead and start clapping. All right. So here's the thing. Oh wait, this is DJ Johnny Forte.
Yeah.
Forte. Make sure you support the bar. What's the bartender name? Jeremy. Jeremy also is a yoga instructor, so if you want to get, you know what I'm saying, bend out, go back there and find that out too. What else? Yes, there it is. I want to start with someone who has been with Juan for a long time. You understand? One of our day ones. You understand what I'm saying? Day ones.
I see what you did there.
Anywho, so I want y'all to go ahead and start clapping all the way up to the stage for Ryan McMaster.
This is an ode to gay shit. Ode Ode to the dancing skeletons in hooded cloaks dropping the dizzy grape juice on the tablecloth. Ode to the cockroaches surviving past every apocalypse. Praise be the harness I am bound to buy, the suspenders that kiss the skin and taste the sweat clothes cannot handle. Praise be every piercing, gauge, tattoo, or modification that queers have used to claim ownership over their bodies, turning their blessed skin into stained glass. Praise the upper arm covered in rainbow, teaching me acceptance. Praise the bald head and nose ring shining out her confidence. Praise the storm and side eye pushing me with her gusts, her drive. Praise the calm voice, the hair that creates a trellis to the deserving. Praise the choir teacher leading the children to a soul-searing harmony. Blessed be the swamp witch, the dark knowledge providing shady cover, cicadas hissing out decade-long secrets. Praise every bisexual, closeted and out, real and valid, loved and loved, seen and seen, double the trouble, double the wholesomeness. Bisexuals showed me how to be myself. Funny how people who are constantly fighting erasure make people feel acknowledged. Praise the amnesiac, loving people past forgetting. Praise the leather pants showing me the ropes, editing fear from my mouth. Praise the soft boys in corsets that love my true self more than my family. Praise the fathers that care for me because they want me to succeed. Praise the uncle who drags the best out of me, taking me on tours in heels contoured in majesty. Praise the lesbians that accept themselves alongside me, proving I am not alone in this process. Thanks be the late bloomers that show me I am not an expired product in this community, waitlisted to be accepted. Praise the colors that wait for my consent. Ode to the non-binary whom I ultimately rename hot face as to not be confused with they-them tenses. Praise the succubus cheering for sexual liberation. Praise the trans that threw the brick. Praise queer people of color that have to juggle identities to keep them from drowning. Praise queer women of color who get it done when no one else is trying, who focus on the bettering of everyone and not just themselves. Praise the bees with stingers intact, their guts still inside, the buzzing proof of angry rebellion and pollination in one body. Praise the harshness that caused everything to bloom despite the bees dying in the news. Bless the family you choose. Bless the family that chose you back. Bless the family that accepts you before you accept yourself. Praise be the heart that learned to defrost. Praise the days I feel like a cliche when I have become a number in a collective and not a statistic. Bless today and the queers still here. Remember those gone. Know they have never left in the places it counts.
That was Ryan McMasters. Nice. What you coming in here with, RJ? What's that?
You brought me chicken.
Oh, he brought you chicken. I don't eat that. Anyway, you know, I don't eat chicken. I really think y'all should not eat them. But I know some people think, some black people is like, no, it's not going to stop him. We see he eating it, sugar. No, I feel as strongly about chicken as people feel about pork. Seriously. I think it's disgusting. But I know people want, black people especially, is like, bitch, after everything that chicken has done for us. I'm just not with the shit, bro. I'm just not with the shit. Open letter from chicken. I'm just not kidding. Okay, who can name 3 of the 5 First One team members? You know? I mean, this how you raise your hand. Bitch, you better know when you raise your hand like this. Bitch, you better know. Give it to me, shit. Amir. Come on with this guess game. Okay, we done talking to you. He's out. Jen Colette. Oh, that's all 5. I only asked for, come get this dollar. I only asked for 3. No, she don't. Do you got an extra dollar to give her? Don't be spending my money. Don't spend my money. Yes, you give her your own goddamn dollar. I do not like who people try to spend my money, child. I don't like upsell. I don't like none of that shit. Give me what I asked for. Anyway, okay. I'm sick of that. Anywho, so I'm going to try to do this like back and forth thing, but I'm going to probably get it wrong after like the 3rd or 4th person. But I want to go with somebody who like just recently started coming to Juan, but also like is a hard hitter already. You understand what I'm saying? They hear every single week. They always write to the theme. Y'all go ahead and start clapping, start clapping, start clapping for Poetry.
I ain't been here 5 years. I've been here since October, but I'm just happy that I'm a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, dope ass community. So the point I got for y'all tonight is, okay, it might be considered lame or corny or whatever, but it's long as shit. So just bear with me, because I had to, but y'all gotta keep in mind there's some people I had to incorporate. And when I got here, I was like, I saw some people, I was like, fuck, damn. And I had to add them. So, you know, just bear with me. It's, you know, and it's new shit. New shit? So I'm gonna do this thing at the beginning, and it's 3 phrases that we usually use here. New shit, bring them up, and only $10.
You can't afford not to buy it.
Okay, that's exactly what I want y'all to do. So when I say new shit, be like new shit. When I say bring them up, you're gonna be like bring them up, bring them up, bring them up. And then when I say only $10,
you can't afford not to buy it.
Yeah. You better buy this shit. All right, so. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. New shit.
New shit.
Bring them up. Bring them up. Bring them up. Only $10. You can't afford not to buy it. I saw all the energy and had no choice but to try it. Encouraged me not to be quiet. Stepped on one stage and ignited a flame. Dreams put into place, goals no longer scattered. Took me into this community, I was humble and flattered. Told me I didn't have to push my thoughts to the back of my brain. Turned my words into power that was once considered pain. Juan came into my life and I've never been the same. Never knew that people I didn't know would provoke such a profound change. Let me give them a name. Amir Safi is the first on the list. Amir Safi is the first on the list. Created a community filled with commodities, exception, love, and bliss. I missed the stage the first time and asked Amir, hold on, Amir, you remember where he at? Right here. You remember when, not you, Omar. Omar, I knew that, but it's, anyway, where he at? He's not here. Anyway, when I first came here, I'm sorry, I stopped the point, I'm sorry. But when I first came here, I didn't know it was a cover charge, because keep in mind, I Googled this, it's like, oh, open mic, and I just came. And we left our wallet at home. And Omar was at the gate, and I was like, do you think that I could get an IOU? And he was like, nah. So anyway, that explains this portion of the point. All right. Okay, now we'll start back to this, okay. I'm sorry, guys.
You're good.
Never knew that people I didn't know would provoke such a profound change. Let me give them a name. Amir Safi is the first on the list. Created a community filled with commodities, exception, love, and bliss. I missed the stage the first time. Asked Amir because I didn't know there was a cover charge if you would give me an IOU. And he said sweetly, not in these exact words, but probably not boo. So I drove to Katy, got my wallet. I didn't make it to the list, but was able to witness destiny in front of my very eyes. The people I met and interacted with accepted me to my surprise. A peace fell over me, Peace the poet to be exact. I said on stage one day for the audience to be nice, and when I came off, she said, fuck it, if they ain't nice, I got your back. She was dressed in all black, covered in lace. I stayed and heard her feature, and it put my womanhood into place, the epitome of grace, mixed with pain, but comfortable enough to share it with the world. I've never seen a bald head look so sexy on a girl. No smoke, no smoke. Yeah, that. No smoke, unless you fucking with Zach Blunt. Words fire as fuck. Words fire as fuck, enough to spark flame to your blunt. Do you know his crazy ass tried acid one time? But he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. But he didn't give a fuck. He put his experience into poetic lines. His smile is divine, and the laugh behind it is hilarious. Such a sweet, supportive person. I hear his screams on stage, and it reminds me that I'm fabulous. RJ Wright? RJ Wright ain't having it. I'm still trying to be his friend. Dope ass poet though, words be flowing to no end. He a soldier, a slam coach in a fraternity, and got degrees. The poem about being a black child had me falling to my knees. First you get your master's.
Then you get your master's.
A person who's in tune with creativity and combines it with what matters. A swanky bastard. I mean, look what he wore here tonight. Matching from head to socks, an odd print, but he makes it look right. Voice full of light, standing up for his rights, full of wisdom, subtle voice, but full of insight. Be shatter the stage with this dick ain't free. But I couldn't. But I couldn't relate because I don't buy dick, so that poem wasn't for me. But he transformed my favorite movie into a poem talking about Bubba Gump. Yeah, he friendly and shit, but when he hit the stage, he ain't no punk. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth and swag full of funk. Winnie, dear Winnie, you awake something within me. Made me realize the pain of a culture that I initially thought was empty. Gave the phrase chink its real definition. Gave me a history lesson. Intrigued me so much I had to listen. Made me realize how much we are not the only race that experienced America's pain. I love your words, and will keep listening because there is so much knowledge to gain. Omar Ahmed, where he at? Okay. Omar Ahmed, don't get a big head because you beat me by 0.7 points in the petty weight slam. But seriously, I'm flattered to share the stage with you because I'm truly a fan. You always extend your hand, bend over backwards even when folks don't notice. You seem quiet and reserved, but your words are animals, and we all know this. Your focus and intent is something I hope to acquire. Every poem you recite fills my bone with fire. I see you going higher than you can probably ever fathom. But next year, for the Pettyweight Championship, your poems, I'm going to smash them. Erica Nicole, you are beautiful and bold. Your words penetrate the chest cavity and do something to the soul. The stories you told through your poetry sheds light to those who are lifeless. I've never seen someone create beauty from a crisis. And shout out to the most on point motherfucking DJ. Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about, Johnny Forte. He go out of his way to accommodate the crowd with all types of music. Blessed with a sensitive ear, I'm elated you decided to use it. Nigga go from playing Laffy Taffy to Panic at the Disco. But get this though. Every song he plays, I fucking know. Are you in my head, bro? All of our heads to be more specific. Loving the vibes you create forever on some legit shit. Zach, this for you. Zach at the door, can't forget about you. You're not only the doorman, you're fucking security too. He monitors everything that comes through. I mean, like, seriously, this dude will stamp you when you come back through, be like, where's your stamp? Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me. He sees clearly, see? Guards the door with a fucking purpose. I mean, I truly believe in his past life, he was a part of the Secret Service. When Trump got elected, he wanted Zach, but he had to swerve it. He was like, I ain't with the orange hair, and I'm definitely not on no perp shit. And Ebony Stewart, the motherfucking Gully Princess. Her name says enough, but if you forgot, just look at the warts that are plastered inside of her chest, and the bitch can dress. Always on some hammer shit. Always on some hammer shit. And to top it all off, she be on some Louisiana shit. Yeah, that's my hood. She rep it like it's her state, but that's just one of the many places that she possesses on her plate. A decorated poet. Waist snatched like the Super Bowl from the Saints. Y'all be trying to fuck with her. Y'all be trying to fuck with her. But in reality, y'all can't. And motherfucking Emily, with her pretty ass, gave me my first feature and put my dreams into grass. See her soul through her iris. Compassionate and generous, never seen a bomb-ass mom that still be on some fly shit, hot shit. Sarah. Sarah, oh, I lost my plate. Okay, Sarah with an H. Sarah with an H, my motherfucking superstar. She gonna be herself in front of anybody, could give two fucks who you are. She comes with an honesty about herself that I've never seen. And I don't know if nobody noticed, but Where the fuck is Nadine? I still fuck with you though back there, I'm just saying. And petty confetti. Yes, I'm talking about James Trotter. Tell me what motherfucking poet in this place that truly spits hotter than fire. My rapping teacher. I would have paid to be one of the kids in your class. Shit be so funny, charged like an Energizer bunny. My husband is on the slick in love with your ass. Let's not forget about one of the most supportive poets I know. Created 30 for 30, always providing an opportunity for poets to grow. He was never about show, never wore a ski mask, has always shown his true face. That's right, I'm talking about you, Christopher Diaz. And let me speak on this black queen who carries such a royal demeanor. Your voice makes me shiver. This beauty's name is Tarina. She rep Iconoclast. Made a poem about dancing and how her dancing wasn't black. But bullshit, whoever said that, they lied, because when she moved, I moved, just like that. This poem can go on and on, so I'll stop. But if I didn't say your name, please believe me, for the success of wine poetry, you are still to blame. Your work is not in vain. Speak your truth and speak it fluent. If you with that poetry shit, wine is the place to do it. Love y'all.
That's so nice. That's what's up. You see? And our DJ Johnny Forte. Anyways, that was just a rundown of everyone that's here. If you'd like your name to that poem, you have to show up every Wednesday. Forte, and that's not Alex. Come with it. Okay, bitch, you talking about that DJ here. What is wrong with you? Are you present? He owe me like $2 right now. You owe me.
Look at the DJ soccer ball. Does that count?
That should count. That could count. But does anybody know like the other DJ? Does anybody ever remember the other DJ? Timpy? Okay. You was like the for real one?
I was the for real number one.
You was the for real number one?
Then they kicked me out.
Then they kicked you out? Is it because of your rhythm? I mess with him all the time because like this one only and ever time that he wasn't on beat. One and only ever time. But it's also, I don't discriminate. It's everybody. If you are off beat, I want you to understand there's something that's not right with your soul. And you really need to dig deep and pull the rhythm out of you. Anyways, but I'm going to go ahead and bring up James Trotter as well because he is someone that first started out, as you know, he was the DJ. And he's going to show you what all he can do. Y'all go ahead and be clapping for James Trotter.
What's up, everybody? So yeah, this is a pretty cool, special night for me because I was actually at the first one. Was anybody else besides Amir and me at the first one? Okay, oh yeah, of course you're at the first one. So the first ones were kind of interesting. They were upstairs, and everybody in the audience had driven in from College Station. I was like, yeah, I live like 2 miles away from here. I like definitely drove the least amount to be here for these, and so yeah, it's really cool to be here. Ebony, awesome, yeah, just all these people, man, it's so cool. It's like, yeah, it's just amazing. You know, 5 years just goes by so quick. I'm not gonna let that shit depress me though. Kind of continue on the theme of my homegirl back there. This one goes out to right about now. I need people. So who has been here, been coming here for a while? Raise your hand, you've been coming here for a while. All right, you've been coming here for a while. Give me a word, a kind of a creative word that describes right about now to you. What's it what? Chickadee? Dignity. I like chickadee a little bit better. Dignity. And who's is their first night here? Who's here for the first time? Man, right there. How's it feeling so far? Give me kind of a creative word. Passionate. I love it. I love it. All right. And is Amir went to the bathroom or some shit? Amir, so you started this thing. You had this poetry venue before you had a place to live. How would you describe your right about now experience so far? Oh, bless. All right. All right. So cool. So we got passionate, dignity, and then a blast. All right, cool. So I'm going to say right about now, I need y'all to say, we love this shit, all right? Right about now.
We love this shit.
I said right about now.
We love this shit.
Bring me up a piece, Johnny. Hey. Turn up, turn up. Hey, turn up a little bit. Hey, 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 hey. Right about now. Right about now. One last little hit, one last little bit. Right about now. Yeah, we love this shit not as big as me, cause we come here to get our dignity with all the chickadees. I said, listen, see, gonna driven this thing, it's like a mission, see, like a missionary for the mercenaries. When we hit you motherfuckers with vocabulary, and the metaphors, and the similes, and we try to hit the shit, getting into me, cause we try to hit it wild, just like it's so accident. When we hit it real, when we get in with the passionate affairs, when we sit in the chairs, when we bring it in the shit, makes you feel it in your hands, cause we try to bring the stances, just like Tony Danza. Try to romance, cause you know we try to romance it. Cause you coming in, cause you know what I do. Shout out to my homeboy, cause I love you too. Hey, listen, man. See, it's so smart. Try to be like Andy Stewart, cause we try to bring our shit from the first to the last. And everything we do is a motherfucking blast. Right about now. Right about now. One last little hit, last little bit. Right about now. Thank y'all so much. I'm playing on Thursday night. The Person Theater, Saturday Night Station. Rest in peace, Alice. Thank y'all. Peace.
You say rest in peace, Alice?
Alright. My man is passionate. I'm fucking with it. Y'all give it up one more time for James Strata. He always come off the dome. I think that shit is hella creative. The piece is here, but y'all asses not needing to the break. Okay? So you're gonna sit here and listen to these poems. You what? Yes. Yes, you're gonna sit here and listen to these poems. And then when we get a break, y'all can eat and shit. Also, if you eat and leave, ooh, and I see it, Jesus. Ooh. Ooh, I just don't know. Oh, shit. Get off me, devil. Get off me. I don't want you. Anyways, I want to bring somebody up that hasn't been here very long, but is a heavy hitter as well, that has made declarations with their voice, that has brought more woman power into the space. Y'all go ahead and start clapping for Winnie.
New shit. I'm talking about I just finished writing it 2 seconds ago, new shit. So it's actually not even finished. But yes, unfinished it. But this is necessary to say. So there we go. It's called Poetry Colored Lenses. I am the type of person to find a metaphor, a relation in everything I see. I wear what I call poetry-colored lenses. In San Francisco, I drive by the hills and wondered if the earthquakes here are just the mountains shaking off the weight of all of the homes built on their shoulders and back, like they too are human and just aching for a new slate. When I see a sunflower on an afternoon walk, I think about the strength in their stems, that no matter how tall they grow, no wind will ever knock down their happiness. When I see a home-cooked meal, I see the only "I love you" my mother has learned to say. All this, yet I can't seem to find the right words to describe that night. Sometimes you're not sure what the story was. You don't have all the details to piece it together. Sometimes there's just no metaphor fit to describe the pain. So I guess I'll just tell you what I do know. I was a junior. I went to a small party with a few friends. I drank. I blacked out. I woke up on top of a washing machine with no clothes on my body. There was a friend. The room goes black again. I come to my senses. This time to someone putting their shirt over me, the darkness takes control again. I open my eyes in the morning, this time in my bed. Frantically trying to put together the events of the previous night, I text my friends about the details. They do not respond. They seem scared they will tell me something. I keep asking. Silence. I sink into feeling shame. I blame myself for drinking too much, for going to the party, for being alive. I worry what people are going to say the next day. How many rumors will go around that I am the whore? I do not want to go to school the next day. I hate myself. I suppress this memory. I do not revisit it until my friend gets raped in college. I sit next to her in the car as she is describing what has happened. She tells me what she knows. She meets up with a guy. They get in the back of the car, there's no condom, she says no, he decides not to hear it. She asked me if this was rape. Stunned, I sat next to her and held her hand and said, yes, this is rape. And I wondered to myself how she did not understand that. She then began to say, yeah. But I was in the back of the car, and we had agreed to meet up, and we were both naked, and my memory comes back in the form of an apology. I say, I'm so sorry. And in that moment, with the two of us in the car, I forget who I'm apologizing to. We are taught over and over that rape occurs when sex is not consensual. We are taught over and over that rape occurs when the other person is unable to consent. More often than not, recognizing rape is a trick test question. We can sometimes circle the wrong answer. Shame, self-hatred, blame. Today, I let the power of my voice be the foundation of this poem to heal. But every day forward, my poetry-colored lenses will always remind me what woman is. Behind every metaphor I create is always a reason I persist. To be woman is to be mountain. Homes built on your back, earthquakes attempting to tear you down. To be woman is to be sunflower, all strength and grit and shine. To be woman is to be.
Next week is Ladies Night. Next week is Ladies Night. It will be hosted by Lois Gallo, and your feature will be Kyla Lacey all the way from the ATL. So make sure you come through. All right, who knows what was the very first Right About Now poetry show ever? Who knows what that date was? You want to know? I mean, we got the first lady in the building. I just want y'all to know. We got the first lady Right About Now in the building. Resist my money. When I'm trying to give you something, you gotta put that shit in your bra. You never know when you might need a goddamn dollar. Which I can eat dollars all the time, okay? No, it's okay. You're too kind. You're too kind. That's what you just did to me. You better put that dollar in your bra. All right. There you go, bro. There you go. So a person raised their hand, and I know that they know because they've been in this spot since the very first day, right? But they wasn't doing no poetry because they didn't believe they was a poet, right? But this motherfucker write their ass off. They also fly back to like one of the wackest places ever, which is like Bloomington, Illinois or some shit. And then fly their ass back to these real motherfuckers, you understand what I'm saying? To Houston, Texas, so they can get fed and live and then go back, you know what I'm saying, and be sad again.
It is sad.
We come to bring you joy, sugar, because you bring us so much light. We appreciate you. Go ahead and start clapping all the way up to the stage for Jennifer Nicole.
What's up, y'all? What's up? Can we give it up for Ebony Stewart? Yes. New shit.
New shit.
Recently, I've realized that I apologize for, well, everything. Growing up woman in the church, I learned shame before I learned my name. Sorry was my first word, repeated so often that I stopped noticing each time it slips out. And how each sorry becomes object, occupying space in all my rooms, and how easy clutter becomes to overlook when it's always there. But even if I can't always see it, the shame has a way of making every room feel crowded, lined with the sharp corners of all the baggage my mother helped me pack, and her mother before, this lineage of women understanding that we are to be sorry for the space we inhabit. But this place has taught me that rooms go empty when friends agree to stop apologizing for simply existing. Here, these friends become swallows. They let me ride on their wings until I can find my own, show me how much space is possible when I'm not tethered to the gravity forced onto this body.
Now, each time I'm tempted to apologize, I open my mouth and pull out their feathers instead, each one a reminder of the flight I'm capable of. I do this until the floor in every room is saturated, until the floorboards bow under the weight of this potential. On my bad days, I pluck one and tuck it into the soles of my shoes, and suddenly I can hover just off the ground because this community is always the first to remind me that I am supposed to fly, and so they won't let me drag my feet. Yes. They say that if I can't muster soaring energy, I can at least float. Yes. I tell them that these burdens are too heavy for flight, but they refuse to let me ground myself. They tell me that the weight is lighter if we share it, and so we do. And we do this with 8-hour coffee dates and side eyes and saving memes that remind us of each other, or with morning phone calls just to check where our energy is at, or late night Whataburger Harry Potter debates, or so much Amir Safi Zach Blunt level laughter that I forget how to wear sadness even for a moment. I cough up these feathers and they sometimes sound like comfortable silence, or inside jokes that never seem to get old. They feel like hugs so vast I get lost in them, or random texts on a Saturday afternoon that remind me I'm loved, or giving each other shit because sometimes that says I love you just as well. The thing about feathers is that the wind can pick them up and carry them so much farther than where they started. So somehow these feathers follow us out of Houston and into Chicago and Seattle and Portland and San Antonio, endless and everywhere, always able to regenerate whenever we need them. This community is made up of swallows, known for being fiercely protective of their own and excellent flyers. They remind me that together we can soar toward the light. Here, they assure me that no burden is too heavy, that I am not too heavy to chase what makes me feel alive. And the thing about swallows is that they do not hibernate. And so tomorrow, or next month, or in 5 more years, I know that I'll get out of bed and still be landing on feathers.
All right, 2 more people, and then we gonna eat, all right? Because I don't want the pizza to get cold or whatever. Like, nobody had no indigestion problems or no shit like that. All right, so next person coming up to the stage is basically right about now's little brother. They talk the most shit, and I think it's because they believe they can back it up. I don't really know, but they is hella petty, and sometimes I love it, and then sometimes I'll be like, shut the fuck up. Shut your goddamn mouth.
Nah, but for real though.
If you don't shut the fuck up right now. But also, this motherfucker bought me some Big Freedom tickets, so all I've been doing is stretching ever since. Because when I'm gonna tell you something about April, baby, when that comes, whoo shit, I'm gonna be a twerking motherfucker on you all. You understand this? Y'all go ahead and start clapping all the way up to the stage for Omar.
Every Sunday morning is a memorial service. I keep burying former versions of myself. I cremate them, but I don't want to be a phoenix rising from the ashes. I want to be someone else entirely. So I kill every version of me I despise, and I despise a lot of me. I gouge out the eyes of the me who kept looking for my brother's approval. I snapped his neck so he could never look up to me, so I could never look up to him again. I cut the tongue of the me not man enough to correct the mispronunciation of his own name. I watched him suffocate, choking on his lack of words. I snapped the spine of the me who was too spineless to ask for help when he needed it. I am loved, and who am I to deny those who love me a chance to show it?
Come on.
I always felt like a half thing, like God's